Hi, this is Keith with How to Build Your Own Home, and I want to talk about power. When should you bring power to the house? Well, I've shifted my thinking on this over a long period of time, and I used to try to get temp power to the job site, which means a temporary power pole by the electrician right by the transformer up there by the post, and then we'd have to take cords up there to get power to the site. Well, I live in a mountainous area. I have a very short build time. A lot of times it's cold and snow, and you don't want to walk all the way up there. Plus, it's a hassle. So I'm going to get perm power to the job site the minute after we actually pour the foundation. I'll explain what I'm doing here. We've actually got the conduit here running up to the power pole, and this is what the power company required. Some power companies are going to ask for a 3 or 4 inch conduit, depending how long the line is going to be. We're getting that buried in the ground. You can see this was quite deep. I had to come into the pad here at a level ground in order to have this go right up against the foundation. So basically, my foundation is going to be behind my cameraman about 20, 30 feet there. And this is going to come right from here, connect all the way, and come right up against that foundation. And then we're going to have our meter panel right on the outside of the home, right about here. Again, 20 feet back. And so that's what we're trying to do, is finish that today. Now, here's something to think about, okay? If you can get power underground, get it yourself, put the conduit in, you can actually get permanent power to the building sooner and faster. And even if it's not permanent, then you could get at least a temporary pole closer to the build site. I have a lot of subcontractors that need power, and if the power is too far, they tend to use a 20 amp cord or even a 30 amp cord. That cord burns up and it's too hot. You need a 50 amp cord, and most subcontractors don't carry a 50 amp cord. And it's just a pain. Taking that power all the way up there is not fun. Plus, I'm saving $350 by not putting in a temporary power pole. So I put that money into conduit. I put it into here to get it all underground. And we're going to take this up to the power pole. Now, you'll want to contact your power company because they have actual prescriptions on how this is done. This has already been passed off by the power company. They approved the trench. They told me I need to take this, another long turn 90, not a 45, but a long turn 90, so they can fit that pipe, fit the power up through the pipe easily. And I'll explain that in just a second. But they gave me descriptions that I have to take this right up against their pole, a power pole, within 8 inches of the power pole, and this has to be directly below the transformer up above. That was what they gave me as far as descriptions on what to do. So that's what we're going to do today. Take this here right up against the pole. Now, one other thing you want to put into the conduit here is something called mule tape. Mule tape is a very strong tape, and if they have that all inside there, my electrician will take care of that. He's got a long pole where he can pull some mule tape through the whole pipe. When the power company gets here, they're going to attach the mule tape to the one-out line that's going to be inserted into the pipe, and they're going to pull it through. Well, they can't pull it through without that mule tape. So that's what I'm going to put in here as well. Anyway, contact your power company, ask them what they need, have them inspect the trench. Now, sometimes your county or city department building permit will come and inspect this, but I tend to go with the power company because the city's mainly concerned with the house. Everything up to the meter, like for example, this will belong to the power company. Once it hits the meter on the home, then I'm responsible for everything after the meter. Does that make sense? It's the same with gas as well. And water. Water meters, gas meters, and power meters as well. The power companies are typically responsible for all those. So they're going to inspect this, make sure it's all done right. And when it's all good, we can bury it. So we're good today. I'm excited. We're going to get this thing buried and be ready for foundation next week. This is Keith, How to Build Your Home, talking about power lines.